Hey guys, today it's a special day because it is new bike day! Yay! Commencal is based in Andorra, and I saw their bikes in Whistler at Mont Saint-Anne last year, but never had the chance to build or ride one. So I'm very excited about this Commencal Meta HT AM. This is a graphite color. It's an aggressive all-mountain hardtail that was redesigned for 2021. And here it is. Beauty. Okay. And some sort of an accessory box. In it, a whole bunch of rubber grommets. Oh, look at this. This is pretty cool. Zip tie. And no way. So these are, wow, rubber sleeves for your inner cables. So you keep the bike silent. Also in here you have the rear through axle. 180mm length, 12mm or M12, and pitch of the thread is 175. Finally, no user manual, but they tell you here where to go on their website to find one. And here's the frame, guys. The same information sending you to their website. Just start removing this. Commencal bicycles, so 2 millennia, 2021 model. Oh, that's pretty cool. Here on the top tube is the Hardtail AM size M. Seat tube comes with this cap, but there is no clamp. You need a 34.9 clamp. It's a 31.6 tube here. And as you remove the seat stays wrap, you have foam inside. The model listed over here, and you see the ports here and here. Your brake caliper is going to get installed here. You need an IS to post mount adapter. Those are non-threaded holes, so you need one of these. And boost spacing, so 148 millimeters, and this is a 12 millimeter through axle like I showed you earlier. Part of this 2021 redesign was reducing the weight a tiny bit, and you see this medium frame at 2,083 grams. That is with the 2 bolts for your bottle cage, also the chainstay protection, which is quite substantial, and with the derailleur hanger installed. This hanger is kind of universal for Commencal. They use it on a lot of their bikes. It's version 4 or 4.2, and it goes back to 2015 on the Meta HT AM. The seat stays have a bit of protection as well. I mentioned the chainstay protection was just quite thick and heavy. The bottom bracket shell is 68 millimeters. I read it in the specs and I thought it was a mistake, expecting 73. It's actually 68. It's kind of unusual. And there was no draining hole here, which I'm a bit surprised as well. So this is a threaded BSA 68mm bottom bracket. Note that there is no ISCG tabs here if you want to install one of those skinny chain guides. However, you can get the ones that attach behind the bottom bracket. Also, this down tube is not protected in any way, shape, or form. So a little bit of tape is definitely required if you care about the look of your bikes. On this 2021 model, they shortened the seat tube, so you can have a longer dropper inserted in here. Also, they modified the shape of the seat stays, and you can see the plenty of clearance here for your rear tire. This frame can accommodate both 27.5, 2.8, as well as 29er. The actual numbers being 71 millimeters width for 27.5 and maximum 60 millimeter width tire for 29er. And looking at the chainstays, you can see them asymmetrical with a little bit of a dent or gap here for your chainring. I assume the maximum you can install is 32 or 34. This will probably be the limiting factor for the biggest tire you can install, as the seat stays give you plenty of clearance. On the top tube, you have ports on both sides. The down tube, you have a port over here, one down there and another one here. That's for your dropper post. But this frame has no provisions for anything external. So if you hate having the brakes routed internally, then avoid this. This is the port for your rear brake. I think it would look very neat and clean, but it will probably take a little bit of time to get this installed. Also, all those rubber sleeves would be sitting in here, because otherwise this top tube would be a rattle box with all those cables running through. On the seat tube, you're going to see that this is made in Taiwan. The size of your frame and a bit more branding. Also, the only other sticker is the one at the bottom, telling you this was made in an ISO certified factory. But most importantly, this looks beautiful, man. I mean, not only it is modern in most ways, but look at this paint job. Look at the welds. This is a beautiful looking frame. Paint job is almost perfect. If you look very carefully here, you will see that is 99.9% perfect, so not 100%. But for the price, especially in Canada, this is aggressively priced, so very tempting to get a frame like this. The taper head tube, 1/8 1.5 inch, is gonna take 150 or 160 millimeter fork. Imagine that. Also, the head tube is at 65 degrees. The seat tube is at 74 degrees, so not that aggressive. However, this is a hardtail with a little bit of sag on your fork. You're gonna see those numbers changing. Probably the head tube to about 66.5. One dimension that is weird on this frame is the reach. So that's the distance between your bottom bracket and the head tube. It's not that modern. It's 420 on this frame, so I am curious on how that rides. I'm sure Commencal had their reason for doing so. Chainstays are 432 millimeters, which is fairly short for 29er. This is a medium frame. I am 5'10", and I'm gonna build this in the next couple weeks. If you want to stay in touch with that, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay in touch with me and my channel. To protect the frame, I'm gonna use this 3M Scotch Guard, which is pretty much what they use when they wrap the cars. I will do that before I start my build, and yeah, I really like the look of the frame so far. They have a couple more colors, but I thought this was the slickest one of all. Plus, this is gonna match perfectly with the fork that I'm planning to use. What do you guys think? Are you interested in any of the Commencal all-mountain aggressive bikes? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, let me know if you have any questions. If you found this useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, keep an eye on social media, and until next time, I will see you folks on the trails, hopefully riding some Commencal bikes. Cheers, guys. Cheers.